please.
Okay, so here we're going.
All right, let's do the preview.
Preview.
The preview.
The preview.
Not the trailer.
No, because why do they call it the trailer? When did that happen? And when we were kids and we went to a movie, you wanted to get there in time to see the
Previews, no
previews.
doubt. Absolutely.
In some point it had to be in the 21st century. Somebody changed it and said, no, these are trailers now.
Which is weird.
That doesn't make any sense.
We're doing previews.
Right.
This is the preview.
This is what happens before the preview, not the trailer, which comes after. The trailer's at the back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's not a trailer.
Well, welcome to the preview to our podcast, which is the Surely You Can't Be Serious podcast.
Man, you said that so good. You should be on the radio. This is our radio.
It's fantastic. And thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoy our conversations, which started about 10 years ago. Why don't you tell us how you got that?
10 years ago, Jason saved my life because my wife wanted to cut my face open because I was snoring so loud. She's like, you got to get an operation. You sound horrible. And so I go to the doctor, and he's like, oh. I mean, the simple answer is, have you gained 20 pounds in the last 10 years? And I was like, yeah. He goes, that's it. That's why you're snoring. Probably easier to lose the weight than cut your face open. And I was like, all right. So I start working out, and you say, are you running? And I'm like, yeah, I don't like running. Don't want to run.
Right.
And you're like, come running with me. So I go run, and you make me run 2 miles. 2! Not happy about that. And you found a hill in Oklahoma, America, and he finds a hill for us to run up.
Yep.
And we do it, and I didn't give up, even though I was confident that I would. But it was because it wasn't boring. We were talking, and we were having conversations, and it was awesome. And so we did it again.
That's right.
And then at some point you said, I think bad is better than thriller. And I was like, what? That's not, are you okay? I mean, is the heat getting to you?
Absolutely, totally, and in all other ways inconceivable.
Strong here. And then would have tons of those conversations.
That's right.
So we have these awesome conversations, and then 10 years later, just earlier this year, you called me up and go, hey, I'm thinking about doing a podcast. Do you think people will listen to one on Frasier? And I was like, no, probably not.
Honesty.
Yes,
Thank you.
That's the friendship we have. I can be honest. I'm like, do Cheers. If you do Cheers, people are going to listen to that. And then you're like, but Frasier is better than Cheers. And I'm like, what? No.
These are the awesome conversations that we had while we were running.
Right. And so, yeah, it took about 10 minutes of driving before I called you back. And I was like, what if we did a podcast where we talk about all of those things where you have absurd opinions and I have the right opinion?
Yeah, so this year we're going to talk about some awesome things, right? We're going to compare the Bad album of Michael Jackson versus the Thriller album.
Right.
The Doggone Girl is Mine.
Yeah.
The Doggone Girl is Mine.
Dude, that's the best part of the...
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We're going to compare the 2 best parody movies of the 80s, which are Airplane and Spaceballs. So can you imagine delivering to a child actor the line, have you ever seen a grown man naked, with absolute sincerity? How do you do that?
Can't wait to do that.
Yep.
How about these 2 great sort of manly movies like Braveheart versus Gladiator?
Right. Again, you have this absurd position that I just have to put in its place.
Are you not entertained?
Well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it, and it's going to be, you're going to see where I'm right.
We're going to pick our 2 favorites of the 80s, which, I mean, are Raiders of the Lost Ark and Back to the Future, and we love both of them, but you need to tune in to see which one of us loves one more, I guess. In both movies, we have the introduction of our main character, and in both movies, you don't see their face for a good 3-4 minutes.
It's amazing how similar the introduction of both characters are. Can't wait to get into that. And then...
more music. We've got Van Halen and Van Hagar.
That's right. Van Halen versus Van Hagar.
And
where do you stand?
If you can believe it, we have a different opinion on this one. Once they had gained that big following, they finally landed a gig as kind of the house band for a place called Gazzarri's.
That's right. That's in Hollywood. Yep.
And oddly, from time to time, Bill Gazzarri would come up to David and say, hey, Van, You guys did a really good job last night. Let me give you a couple extra bucks.
And then later on in the spring, we're going to compare Bull Durham versus Major League, two
Hey,
of the best baseball movies.
Right. Put it right at opening day, right?
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So
And Bull Durham versus Major League, that's hard.
it's
That is
tight.
hard. I don't know what I'm going to say on that. I can't tell you how I feel at this moment.
You told him I was going to throw a deuce, right?
Yep. Man, that ball got out of here in a hurry.
I might have to make the Ross Geller pros and cons list.
Type it out. But don't let anybody from Major League or Bull Durham see it, okay?
That's right. No chubby ankles.
Uh-huh.
But we're going to have a lot of fun talking all about all these different things, nostalgic movies from the 80s, music, and
And then-
90s. And,
Yeah.
you know, one you didn't mention that I can't wait to get into this is Die Hard versus Lethal Weapon.
Two awesome
Christmas movie.
Christmas movies.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
That's right.
If you can say, "Oh, It's a Wonderful Life" is a Christmas movie, then Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Absolutely. It's not
Absolutely.
even a question.
Yep.
But we're going to have a lot of fun this year. And we're so glad that you guys are listening to us. Hope you join in the fun. Find us on social media on Twitter at Shirley Podcast and on Facebook at Shirley Podcast.
And you can go to our YouTube channel, which is the Surely You Can't Be Serious podcast channel.
Awesome. D, it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait.
Yeah, me either. But it's a preview.
Preview.
Not a trailer.
Not a trailer.
Right. Okay. We're on the same page on that one.
Absolutely. You're 100% right.